Let's talk hair.
Hello, guys. People are texting and asking me questions. So I want to welcome you all to Let's Talk Hair. This is a show that where we do not judge. Okay, so if it's your first time, let's just dive in and get the information. Some of you may need to take notes because we have a wonderful guest. And I mean, this guest has me so nervous. I didn't get my wine or anything. I got my dessert glass with my aloe. Okay, I got my aloe in here.
That's good enough.
He's not playing with me when it comes to the overall health of your body. He's not playing with you. So I want you to get ready because I'm about to introduce him. He's going to introduce himself because he has a lot going on. Okay. I met him in San Diego, California at the Hair Loss Conference. And he walked by me and it seemed like he was a little bougie. And I thought, he's not going to stop and talk and see what Deserve is all about. But he said, I can be a little shy. And so I said, how does this tall, dark, and handsome man have a shy bone in his body? So, but me and my husband ended up bonding with him and enjoying him. And it was like we knew each other for years and years. And
That's
I just
right.
enjoyed the fruit and everything he had to give. I was trying to give some nuggets too, because he was throwing them at me. And I was like, oh my God, let me give something. Because in true friendships, you must give back. So put it in the chat, and I want you to welcome us, Mr. Tessy. He is a holistic trichologist from Texas. And tell us a little bit about yourself, and we're going to dive in because our subject today is about being healthy from the inside out. And then he definitely has something to bring to you about the hair and the scalp. And there's a lot of goodies in between. So we got a lot of questions for him. So Mr. Tessy, come on and tell us who you are, where you're from, and let's just dive in.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Angela. And thank you, everybody. Thank you for coming to the show. I'm very, very honored to be here today. And this is not a coincidence at all. And I met you guys, you and your husband. You are very, very wonderful people. And when I saw you guys, I said, wow, I'm going to talk to you guys. And as you said, we just, from one thing to the other, we cannot click and we cannot bond it. Anyway, my name is Tessy Anifowoshe, and I am the CEO and the president of NZURI. NZURI Hair Care and Wellness Products. Also, I'm a CEO and president of Solutions Hair Restoration Center. This is a holistic hair restoration that we got going on in Houston, Texas. We have two locations, one on the southwest side and another one on the north side of Houston. I've been holistic hair loss for a while, but before that, I started with nutritional and wellness. And I've been doing wellness and nutritional products for a long, long time, almost 20 years. I work with incredible, so amazing companies that deal with the wellness, and I learn a lot from them. Also, I'm originally from Nigeria. Back in the days, my grandmother, she's an herbalist, so I kind of learned a lot from her by putting things together, because there's not so much of a modern medicine back then. So luckily, when I got to the States, I got introduced to the company because I refused to work 9 to 5. So this older lady, said, okay, I'm going to kind of have something for you, and this is it. And guess what it is? It was Herbalife. That's when the Herbalife just started coming on. By then I was recruited. But one thing that so amazed me, I'm really particular about details. I just went diving to the ingredients and supplement files and all that. And everything that I kind of learned back in the days, I saw the same ingredients on all these products. I'm like, wow, how could that be? Then that's how my research got started. Then I've been researching about holistic remedies since then. This is way before my product come into place, about 12 years ago. And I work with a lot of people in the industry, as I said. But one thing about a nutritional product is they do work if you find a good one. Now, my research led me to diet and nutrition as well. So I found out that so many things that hinders us from getting us sick and getting our hair and our scalp kind of really messed up. So when people come to me that they're having hair problems, and I'm saying, okay, I don't think you're having a hair problem. What you're probably having is a scalp problem, because I don't think your hair is an issue, but your scalp it might have serious problems. And the reason your scalp is having a problem is what you put inside your body. So because everything that we intake, it has a bad and a good things that our body gets from it. Now, the product that we put out, that's liquid hair vitamins. That's supposed to supplement all the things that we might not get from the food. I don't know, as you guys know, a lot of food that comes to the market or to our dinner table, they kind of been depleted of vital nutrients and vitamins. So we need something that can supplement what wasn't in the food. Because if we didn't have all that in our body, we're going to have an issue with the hair loss or with overall wellness. So that's how one of the reasons that we came and made the liquid vitamins. And also, as I said, we have a lot of people, since we've been doing this, probably have more than 500 men and women that are really suffering from all type of hair loss. So we was able to help them, but it's always good when we call this in the beginning, because some people might come to us, they've probably been suffering from hair loss for the last 15 or 20 years. So if that happened and all the follicle is totally gone, everything is shining, it's so little we can do. But if you can cut all this at the early stage, then we can reverse it. And we don't do any steroid, we don't do any injection and all that. We just reverse the hair loss holistically from variety of techniques and things that we use at my practice. And one of those things, as I said, is food as nutritional supplements. And we do detoxification of the body, which I'm going to go into details very, very soon. Now, if anybody comes and say, okay, they're having a hair loss, say, what kind of hair loss that you are having? That's two different things that can easily trigger hair loss in people, especially in women, and which is a stress and diet. Okay, and the stress, as you might know, we all go through all kind of issue, ups and downs in our lives. Now, the stress can come in and go anytime, but we don't know how to process that stress. And if you don't know how to really process that, it can cause a serious issue, because you cannot have stress and say you want to grow hair. You cannot have stress and say you want your body to go back into the balancing itself, because when people go through stress, is two things that happen. The energy is going to go into conservation. Then the oxygen is going to go into conservation as well. And mind you, your hair, your skin, and nails, they are non-vital organs. Now, when the body goes into conservation like that, it cannot shut down from your follicle receiving the oxygen and energy, because the energy that you have left that make you stressed out is going to be distributed through your vital organs to make them survive. Because that's what most important at that particular moment. That's why we tell people that when you experiencing stress or anything happen in your life, you have to have alternatives to distress yourself right away. You don't want to just stuck into that stress, because what it's going to trigger is the tenderness of the follicles, and it's going to let you shedding hair right away. And when you do shed the hair, that's going to lead to other things as well. That is number one. Then number two, diet takes a lot of importance in our hair, also in our scalp. And as I said, the hair doesn't really have any problems, okay? Because the hair can grow or it may not grow depending on what the scalp was doing. And to really treat the scalp, everything starts from the inside, okay? To really treat the scalp, your diet got to be very, very good. And that means you have to have what is called a balanced diet, okay? You have
Hold on one second.
Yes.
We do have a guest. Someone's watching the show, and we're going to get back to that. But she has a question for you. So
Okay.
Can you answer her question? Her name is Glennis Williams. She said, my scalp has changed in the last 4 months since my recent diagnosis of sarcoidosis.
Wow.
And the medication is affecting my hair with sores. She's getting sores on her scalp. What can I do on healing my scalp?
Oh, my goodness. My goodness. I'm going to go back a little bit to memory lane, if I may. When I came down to this country and I got introduced to this nutritional products, and I was so fascinated about it. 30 years into that, I got married. Then about 5 years later, one of my daughter was delivered. Then after the deliverance of my daughter, my ex-wife went into something similar to what this lady was saying, sarcoidosis. Okay. What she experiences, sarcoidosis is like a lupus. You just get your energy down, seriously. At the time, it wasn't so rampant. It's not really popular because all the doctors didn't really know what was going on at the time. But I remember what they used to give to her is a steroid. Okay, now she was taking the steroid. At the same time, the steroid is really, really getting her down, seriously. Now, the sarcoidosis, I don't know what kind that she has, but it's normally attack people in the lungs, okay? But this one attacked my ex-wife in the lymph nodes, okay, to the throat. So it caused her throat to have 2 holes in it. You listen to me, Angela?
Yes.
So when she ate or drink anything, it got kind of stuck up in the other hole that almost to the point of choking. So as a result of this, she lost a lot of weight. Then the steroid, because it's about 20 grams of high gram of steroid every day. She couldn't go out.
Like
she couldn't go into the
prednisone?
sun. So what happened that she lost all her hair?
Okay.
It's completely gone. Now, with my experience in all these natural remedies and all that, that is what led me to produce this product that you see in my hands.
Mm-hmm.
Because she's trying to grow her hair back, everything that's in the market was pills, very hard, big pills. She couldn't take it because of her throat. So what we did, we went and do so much research. So we finally put the formula together. Then we got with the formulator about 3 years later. Mm-hmm. Then we came out with this bottle. She was able to drink it, and she grows all the hair back. Now, go back to our question. The sarcoidosis is a very serious disease. Okay, but you have to maintain yourself and know what you can do. One of the things the sarcoidosis people cannot do is consuming sugar foods. You cannot have a sarcoidosis and consuming a lot of sugar. Okay, you got to refine your diet completely because it causes inflammation in the body. Now, when it causes the inflammation, your body don't do nothing but weigh down. You barely do nothing at that particular time. So I believe if she can find something like this product is going to really help her for sure, I know that. Then we're talking about the food. She needs to stay away from anything dairies. She needs to stay away from anything sugary foods. She needs to stay away from carbs, okay? And started eating very healthy. And she needs to stay away from coffee because she cannot, the caffeine is not really good with that because it's just going to get them. They normally flare up all the time. And when they flare up like that, it's very, very, very serious. So the first thing she needs to do is to detoxify her body all the time. She could do this in the morning. Okay, all what you need to do is to go and get a greens without fruits. I'm talking about kale, celery, cucumbers, parsley, and put all that together and started drinking that because that's going to detoxify all those antioxidants out of the system regularly. At least she's going to feel way, way better if she can do this. It might be difficult to do in the beginning, but I think it's going to really, really help her a lot.
Is it going to help the sores?
That's exactly, now the sores on the scalp, that's as a result of inflammation. The what causes inflammation is the sugar. Because when you consume too many sugar and carbs, what that does is raise up the insulin levels. Okay, and when insulin levels goes up, the production of the gland is completely diminished. And if you cannot produce the glands, then you started having a dry scalp. Then dry scalp, that's the picture that we put on. It go from there all the way down. Then you go to sores. Then from sores, then you go to very itchy of the scalp.
Okay. So
did I answer your questions?
Glennis, put it in the chat if we're able. If he actually answered your question. Okay, so now we have the actual picture.
That's how everything started.
Yes.
Start from dry scalp. The reasons for the dry scalp is the bad diet. Then that's go down to, if you can't fix it, go down to dandruff. If you can't, then dandruff leads to swelling, that's inflammation. Then you go down to redness, then you start itching, then soreness of the scalp is going to appear.
Okay. So what she's going to work on, she did respond to you, and she said, "Great information. I'm going to really work on less to no sugar
Yes.
detoxifying because, Glennis, there are things that you can do that will help you with, I would say, a natural sugar, and if in my book, Loving the Foods, I used to hate, I put in there, if you do anything for 20 days, it becomes a habit. So if you reverse the cravings, then you can listen to Tessy as he's telling you to get rid of the sugar. What about the fried foods? Does she need to get rid of that?
Was that?
If she's eating fried foods.
Oh yes, oily food. No, she needs to get rid of it. No.
Okay. Okay. So we're
Yeah.
going to treat this thing like
Even
a,
dairy,
oh,
dairy triggers inflammation as well.
okay.
Certain dairies. Okay.
Okay.
Even cheese.
Okay.
She just got to call this thing down. This is not really good for the inflammation. Another thing too, if she can get a NZURI, the other energy and stress tonic, that is going to really help her a lot as well. It's going to
Can
really
you
help her.
can you show us the bottle? It's the liquid vitamin.
Yes.
And then we're going to put this all in the chat, so I'll make sure you guys are able to get this product.
Yes, and we're going to
So
give them a discount if they're going to do. I mean, we're going to give them a 25% of discount.
okay, and
Yes.
what's the code?
The code is Talk Radio.
Talk radio. Okay. Okay. That's the code. Talk radio. You're
Yes.
gonna you're gonna get in all lower caps. We're going
It
to
doesn't matter.
post.
It could be lower. It could be upper cap.
Okay, at the end of the show, we're gonna post that. It's gonna
Yes.
be talk radio, and and then you guys, I did have the one that the liquid vitamin for giving me the energy, and
Yes. NZURI.
also it kept me positive. I did not talk negative that day. I mean, I'm serious. Sometimes we can just go there and don't realize that we're talking negative. I also at the show, this is my little testimony, you guys, that the reason why you want to get this juice, this liquid vitamin, because he has two, one for the
Yes.
hair and scalp, the other one
It's
is
for the energy
for,
and stress.
and also 50% less if you're menopausing,
Yes.
and we know menopausing can be really uncomfortable for women, and it also helped with my memory. It also helped with um when I was working the booth, I wasn't behind the booth, I was in front and
You
greeting
was
people.
everywhere.
I was everywhere. I was so friendly. I was there. I was everywhere. And Terrell and Perry, they were behind, and they were like, "Go get me some." So they ended
Yes, I
up,
remember.
yeah, getting some. So I just want to give y'all my testimony, and we're gonna keep it rolling. I hope my mom has sarcoidosis. She's had it for at least almost 30 years.
Wow.
And back then they did not know what
No, they don't.
sarcoidosis
No, that's true.
was.
That is true.
Yes, they didn't know. So she was on prednisones. She went from a size 8 to a size 24, and they did not know how to treat it because
Yes.
sarcoidosis was the biggest host that affected the organs in the body. And
Yeah.
I put her on noni juice back in the day.
Back then,
Yeah,
yes.
back in the day, and she was able to walk again. Uh, Tessie has something that I think is more potent, that
Yes.
and I'm not just saying thing, yo, I tried this, and it works same day. So but Glennis Williams says, yes, I definitely assesses my diet to review what I eat. I rarely eat fried food, but I will have to work on the dairy products for sure. So
Okay, that's good. That's
and
good.
and that's her committing right there, uh because yeah, so that's her. Here is Terrell that you met in San Diego.
Hi, how are you?
That's Terrell says, hello, Angela. And she calling you Dr. Tessy. The
Ah,
juice really works. Uh,
thank you.
Terrell tried it and she saw a huge difference. So that's two testimonials from us from Arkansas and from Memphis, Tennessee. You guys, he's selling this thing on Amazon. You can purchase this and everything. And but I'm gonna keep it going because I want to ask you a question, and then we're gonna keep it going. Why did you actually become a holistic trichologist? Because we actually have another trichologist that is watching. She's from Chicago. Her name is Topeka Tolbert, and she has been on our show. And so I know why she became one. So why did you become a trichologist?
That's a good question. You never stop learning. So I was in the quest of soul knowing what's going on when we came out with this product 12 years ago. I find out that, okay, if people started taking the products works, then there's other things that's kind of left to be done. And as a background that I have in herbal remedies, I was able to see a lot of plants, a lot of herbal products to be able to know what they do in the body in order to give us the kind of happy or wellness that we needed. So I started asking people, I said, well, if you can stop this kind of diet, or if you can stop that kind of diet, and you can bring your body back to where they need to be and stay away from all this kind of food. And holistic rather is a combination of so many different things, okay, to be able to heal whatever you're trying to heal. As I was saying, at my practice, right, we use plants, vegetables, we use nutrition products, and we use a diet. So then we use mind and body and spirit as well, because you cannot deal with a client that has emotional issue and started giving them one thing or the other without addressing that at the same time. I'm going to give you an example of that. A year ago, I was treating this older lady. She's in her late 60s, right? So we got all the hair back to where they need to be. All of a sudden, she came to receive our treatment 1 week. Then she started crying. Said, well, why are you crying? She said she keep on losing hair all of a sudden, that she doesn't know what's going on. I said, no, something must be going on. Automatically you have a serious stress, but what causes the stress, she doesn't know. So now you need to talk to me now, because that's the only way I can really help you. So we was just talking, then she go where all of a sudden I started receiving a call from the family members. I'm talking about distance family members now, because they know that she just won a settlement. So they call her in the middle of the night and threaten her that she needs some of the money, or else they're going to haul her, they're going to harm her. This woman living by herself. So that triggers serious stress that her hairs keep on coming out. Then she's telling me, say, Mr. Tessy, I just don't know what to do. I say, yeah, no, we're going to do something about this. Say, how many of these people? She said about 4 or 5. I said, okay, do you have their number on your phone? She said, yes. Okay, go to each and every one of those numbers and block it one by one. And that's what this lady did. Then after 2 weeks, everything just stopped, because she put herself away from that stress. So that's exactly what I was saying. So being a holistic, you not limit to just diet, nutrition. It's an umbrella of so many things that you have to really take care of your client and see to their problem at that particular moment, so they can get out of whatever difficulty that they was dealing with.
All right. I appreciate that. And also, you guys, as a reminder, um, we're talking about the inner and the outer. And of course, diet is a factor, and not diet. I don't like to say diet, Tessie. I like to say lifestyle change.
Lifestyle,
I
yes.
like to say lifestyle change because I recently, and you inspired me to make a lifestyle change as well. And also, you guys, we talked about his liquid vitamins, and and we're discussing the hair and scalp and why is the hair and scalp in the condition that it's in. Also, why do you think that people suffer so much from hair loss? And my take on it is because they're not jumping on it fast enough, or there's so many products out there. As they get more popular, I know the manufacturers start to lessen the key ingredients as well. And sometimes popular products get more of the attention because they're showing the models of how a person wished that they were, more so than getting into the holistic part of it, of the background of who actually created the product. But I think wigs and weaves play a role of it too, because if I put it on, I can cover the situation and I can ignore the situation. Do you think wigs and weaves have played and protective styles have played a vital role in hair loss?
Sure, sure. Well, in America alone, one in out of four women go through one type of other type of hair loss. Okay, and this is it could be hereditary, it could be stress, it could be illness, it could be poor lifestyle or nutrition. Another thing I want to emphasize is this: the more we age, the more the body breaks down. Okay, when we were in our prime time, okay, everything is so, what shall I say? Everything is so right? So we don't really have too much problem of growing hair, or our scalp is so messed up all that. But when we going through older older ages, then things started happening. And things started happening because when you was in the prime years, you didn't take any type of supplement, or you don't really take care of your body, you don't exercise. And then the lifestyle, the food, probably drinking or smoking, all there is a contributing factor that making our hair be acting up the way it is. Now, another thing is what you just mentioned, is called a product overload. Okay, we don't really know how to. Not a lot of people really know how to use these products. Okay, if you want to put a little bit oil onto your scalp, you're going to overuse it. Another thing I want to emphasize is in the hair care industry, the product for your hair strand is always different for your scalp.
Okay.
Okay, which is very, very, very important. If you get or if you have a product that's supposed to treat your hair strand, please don't let it saturate your scalp, because it's not meant for your scalp. The same thing is if you get a product that's supposed to treat your scalp, don't let it get into your hair. The perfect example of those is a relaxer or dye, okay, which is really, really good. I mean, bad for the scalp. So when you know do and don't do like that, you're going to be very okay. Now, if you use too many products, tendency you're going to clog your follicles, and that can easily happen. And when you clog your follicles, you're going to stop. That's going to stop your follicle from being oxygenated. Okay, and then when that happens, your hair is going to really thinning. You're going to have a lot of buildup all around your follicle. And now this kind of buildup is not some of the buildup is not the kind of easy buildup that can really be treated with shampoo or conditioner, because it's so strong and so strong. So if you don't really know how to take care of this, you're going to easily cause some hair thinning. Hair loss is going to start from there easily. Then when woman is going through menopause, that is another trigger that needs to be really looked into, because if you go through there and then your lifestyle is really bad, smoking or drinking, or you don't eat right, you're giving your body a lot of things that your body doesn't need. And if your body doesn't need it, it first affects on your scalp first. When they affect on your scalp, then you're going to see the appearance of your hair being so diluted or might not like the way it is. Now, another thing we're talking about the traction alopecia. Traction is good to do protective style, but so many women, they don't really know how to put glue, whether it's glue or sew-in. And I've been telling a lot of women that, look, if you do sew-in, please don't make it so tight. You got to tell your stylist that they have to release the tension, because if you don't, you pulling out your fiber of your scalp, and that can easily pull out. And when it pull out from the hair follicle, is very difficult if it's going to be in the frontal part. The frontal part of our scalp is most difficult to grow back, unlike the side or at the back. Another very difficult area to grow back is the scalp in at the back of our scalp. That also is very difficult to grow back, and these are the two areas that surely go down with the traction alopecia. Now, another thing that can cause the traction alopecia is called CCCA. I don't know if you're familiar with it. It's called
yeah, we talked about CCCA with Topeka Tolbert, the trichologist, and
yes.
She poured it in about CCCA.
Yeah, yes.
Mm-hmm.
So CCCA, that CCCA or alopecia areata, it normally causes with the serious stress trigger. So when it does that, you feel it at the top of your scalp. Very burning sensation or itchy sensation. That means it's already taking place. Then areata is a compromise if when your immune system is compromising with your hair follicles. That triggers that as well. So, but people don't know what they need to do to just get away from that. And the one thing that can really cause that is because of lack of nutritional product in the body, because the body didn't really get a lot of nutrients that they need to get. Another thing too, when the stylist pulls a lot of hair down, if you're having like a kind of a headache or migraine, you need to take that hair down right away. Mm-hmm. Because if you don't, it's going to cause a serious issue to your scalp that can trigger that as well. Mm-hmm. So that's why we normally tell people, please tell your stylist, you don't need to pull it so tight and all that. And when that happens, just take your hair down. Have to just let the hair so loose. So this won't happen.
Okay, I have a question, because I do have a new client that actually is wearing the sister locks. And the appearance of her scalp from the person that's actually doing the sister locks is she has been getting, and they look like horrible bumps on every sister lock that she actually pulled and tugged. Um, the volume sits at the bottom of her hair, but the actual uh, sister lock, it is very it's like gross bumps that has the little white. Um, you can actually see how the scalp just looks irritated and very sore. And I was actually able. These are the sister locks, and this is, I don't agree that she needs to wear them because it's making her hair extremely bald.
Why she
Uh,
still have it on?
yeah,
Yeah, I'm looking at it. She needs to take it down. If it's so painful, she needs to take it down.
yeah. And she says that she is not getting any pain. She doesn't feel anything. But like I told her, I said, you are actually, these sister locks are gonna, it's working on
The
clearing
inside.
out every last strand you have, and it's destroying your follicles entry, and it's actually working under the scalp, and it's causing soreness. So I was able to treat the scalp, and I was actually treating the hair part to strengthen it, but I had to go in and detoxify and just really try to work on getting the swellness down and treating her. And she was um had never really had anybody to pay that close attention to her. And I brought in my hair tools, my derma rollers, my scalp stimulator, and tried to really work that scalp. And she said she could tell a difference because it had also I want to ask you a question, because like I told her, and I tell all people, you cannot abandon the scalp. So I talk about abandonment stimulation a lot. What do you think about the abandonment stimulation? If you're not stimulating and circulating the blood and actually circulating and stimulating the scalp, that's abandonment to me.
Yes, it is. Then this needs to be done on a daily basis.
Mhm.
I'm glad you brought that up. That's part of it because the blood needs to circulate not only to your body but also to your scalp. Because that is where the nutrients can be the root of your hair can be easily get fed from the blood circulation. So you can do massage through all these different type of tools that's out there, or you can do it with your fingers. If you can do that like 5 or 10 minutes every night or any given time, that's going to really helps a lot. And then go back to the lady with the sister locks. She already have a damaged tissue, okay? And if care is not taken, that area is going to be totally bald. It could be 2 months, it could be 6 months, but it's going to be a problem because one thing about the hair follicles is they don't want any kind of stress or tension. They don't. They're just going to give up right away.
Mhm.
Now, when the hair follicle snap from the tissue, that's very, very difficult to just kind of grow back because the tissue might be damaged. Unlike the hair just shed on its own, but the follicle is still there. So she needs to be very, very careful, and that happens when the pains that occur is not going to be painful every day for so long. It's just going to take place within a day or two or so. Then the other thing is going to come in. Now, with the appearance of the pimples or whatever she was having, that's a bacteria.
Okay.
Okay, that's a bacteria. That means our scalp is already inflamed. It's already infected. Okay, now that's not going to really go away on its own either. So she has to have something or some people that really know how to do scalp detoxification to be able to get that down. And if she's having it too much of tenderness on the scalp, I'm still going to refer to the lifestyle. She needs to change her diet as well, because all that causes a lot of inflammation in the body that can sneak into your hair follicles and started acting that way.
Okay. I actually hope, and anybody out there and just listening, because the hair and scalp is so important. I noticed, Tessy, myself, as someone who has a sensitive scalp. So, and for those of you watching, I know Topeka said, where can you find this product? But yes, I am giving it to you now. You can buy it on Amazon, and
or Hair Vitamin Store, hairvitaminstore.com. That is our website.
You
Hair
want
Vitamin.
Hair what? Oh, that's okay.
Yeah, it's on the information again.
You want it on the hairvitaminstore.com. Okay.
Yeah, that's where they're going to get it 25% off.
Okay, I'm sorry, you guys. It's hair. I'm gonna pull that one down. It's the Hair Vitamin Store .com. That's where you're gonna get the 25% coming from the Hair Vitamin Store. So I'm gonna show you guys that. So it's I'm gonna show it. It's the hairvitaminstore.com. Okay, you guys, and you'll get the 25% off. Now we do have a question for you again. This is from our trichologist. She said, Topeka says, is it possible to remove the scar tissue? Good question.
Okay. People that does hair transplant. Okay. The scar tissue, what causes the scar tissue is abandonment of a scalp tissue for so long. That can cause a scarring of the tissue. And when this tissue is scarred, that means the fiber, the tissue is completely gone. Okay. Now, instead of saying the hair follicle, what you're going to be seeing is just a blank, shining. And you can even see a layer upon layer of the scalp onto each other, like a heel wound. Okay. If that happens, it's very, very difficult to grow back. Very, very, very difficult. I don't think, depending on where the appearance of the scalp tissue, okay, if it is somewhere like the hair still grow on the other area, okay, let's say the scalp tissue is like, let's say you have a grass, Angela, in your backyard, right?
Correct.
And you went there and pour like a bleach.
Yes.
On that area of the circle. You know what you're going to experience is completely dead of that grass in that area, right?
That's right.
And that can take place for long time, because not only the grass that was gone, the soil was gone as well.
True. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now let's say you have the grass on the surrounding area that's still growing, but you still continue watering those areas. And you have to water it for so long. I mean, sometimes it might take some years. So what you're going to experience that happened to a couple of my patients is all of a sudden, underneath the scalp, there's a tentacle that rebuild itself, that cells of the hair follicles underneath, then they connected again. Then that brings appearance of another new follicle appears. But you don't do this unless you're not going to see this unless you fully discipline in your lifestyle. I mean, you totally rebrand what you put into your body. So if they can do their discipline themselves and still taking all these vitamins and nutritional supplements, yes, it could happen.
Okay, so Topeka, did that help you any, or is there anything additional? To my understanding, Tessy, you're saying that there has to be, because everything he's talking about is inside out. So pretty much they have to change their lifestyle, their diet. They got to keep their stress low.
Yes.
They have to take supplements and things like that, and they have to heal inside out.
Inside, yes.
Is it a slow healing, or is it moderate, or does it just take, can it happen fast, moderate, or slow?
Anybody that has a scalp issue or hair issue, that means something already happened with the wellness. Whether arthritis pain or headache or back pain or blood pressure or diabetic, something is going to happen to the wellness. Okay, you don't really see, it's very seldom you see anybody that have a serious issue with the hair and scalp, something like of that nature, that something is not really wrong with the body. So in that case, when they started rebuilding their immune system, the body is going to go into healing process. That might not translate to the scalp for whatever you're trying to see, but your body is healing itself. So when you continue on that journey, you're losing weight, you do everything you're supposed to do, then that is going to translate to your scalp. Well, now, when your scalp is healthy, then you're going to see the new appearance of a growth.
I'm gonna tell you, I believe you, because I know when I was, and I'm not a big fried food person at all, but I know when I started fooding with pork, and my husband don't eat right. So, but when I started messing around with his stuff, I, just kind of tasting this and tasting that, I noticed a huge difference in my scalp. And I noticed that it would, it was acting like it had fillers. It was inflamed. Yes. And then I noticed when I keep the stress low, I'm more positive.
Exactly.
And I'm eating better. I noticed my hair looks better. I look and feel my skin, and everything is working. So Topeka says, is it safe to say total commitment and years is possible? And she was talking about the scar tissue. And she said what you said also made a lot of sense as well. So a lot of people think everything is going to be, they lose patience if things are not working fast enough. But some people have suffered from hair loss, poor diets, and just an overall negative sense of living for years. And this has to be all about patience, process, and just taking your time, knowing that, and some people stay stuck saying, this never happened to me before. But you can say, this is the new normal that I'm going to reverse. I'm going to reverse, around. And I noticed that I started picking up weight. When I'm picking up weight, I'm not eating. But the body is storing fat, and I'm just not eating. And the body doesn't know when I'm going to feed it. So, yep. So I have to eat. I have to plan meals now and do it. And Topeka says that they lose patience. I 150,000% agree with that, because people lose patience with turning things around, and they'll stay in a negative for a long time.
Exactly. Now, what people doesn't realize is when you're trying to repair your scalp or grow your hair, it's not just starting topical. everything starts from the inside, as I said. So your wellness is getting repaired first as well.
Okay.
As you said, you might be so sluggish or tired all the times, all that. When you started hitting right, that change. But that doesn't mean your hair is going to grow the next week or the next month.
Yeah.
So when you on diet, because I have a couple of people say, oh, well, what do you have for morning breakfast? So I don't do breakfast. So what do you do? So I just do coffee. Then I say, is there any nutritional value in the coffee? And your body needs something. I say, well, if you can just do water, that's good. Your body is going to be benefited from it than just not eating nothing at all. Because water is good for hydration. You're hydrating your body, and that can result to eliminating some of your dry scalp. So you just got to educate these people in so many different ways. And one issue is always different from, and one problem is always different from the second client or second patient that you have. So you have to just treat everybody whatever they bring to you. So another thing too, self-awareness is most important thing. Okay, you got to feel good about yourself. Okay, I have some patients that are just looking at the mirror 24/7. They're thinking something is wrong. That's just your belief system. But I say, well, put the mirror away. Just go out and enjoy yourself. Pull your mind out of your hair, out of your scalp, because you already started the program. And believe that this program that you're starting now is going to grow, reverse everything the normal way that you want it to be. And they follow my plan, they do everything come back normal. Because whatever you focus on, you're going to see more of it all the time. And that is not good.
I love that. And Candace Adams says, you have to trust the process. I say it and I believe it. And I thank you for that, Candace, because just last night, I almost kind of turned into a negative direction. And I prayed, and God sent me to this movie. There's a book out called The Secret. And
Yes.
I watched the movie. I had already watched it before. But after that movie, I prayed again and I said, you have to attract positive things to your universe or you will attract negative things. So if you start with a holistic trichologist or a regimen or a new lifestyle, and you're thinking negative and saying it could work, it could not work, you know, the mind has already canceled the blessing. You know,
Yes.
you already canceled it out.
So, you know what? People don't know what kind of power God gave us.
Yes.
Okay, but we don't know how to use it. Okay, you can literally bring what you want into your existence easy, with no question asked, without you don't need anybody's help. You bring all this to yourself, you live in it, you enjoy it, it's going to happen. But there shouldn't be any dilution. That you think this way in this minute, in 5 minutes, 30 minutes from now, you think another way. No. You conflicting the vibration energy, which is not good for your beings. So if you want something to work for you, you see it, you take it, and you believe it, it's going to happen.
Point blank, period.
Yeah, it's going to happen. There's no any other way. It's just going to happen.
Wow. I actually saw us in a relationship, a business relationship, and just a relationship where and my husband adores you. And,
Thank you.
I saw it, and that attracted.
This is the journey. It's already started.
Yes.
I woke up. I mean, from my second office to where I live, it's almost 1 hour drive. So I drove down here. I set everything up. It's already happened. That's it. The same thing as I said, okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. Yes, it's going to happen. There's no any other way. Just forget about negativity because it's not going to get anybody anywhere.
Wow.
No.
Wow. I love it. You all, we've come to our show where our special guests have thrown so many nuggets at you. And I hope, and I know it's helped Glennis. I know it's helped her, Topeka, and um, some people who are watching that do not feel comfortable enough to make comments. So I know that it's helped you all. What we want to take away from the show, what would you want people as we come to a close before we do our giveaway? So, what do you want people to take away from this show?
Well, that's a good question. I want you to know that you're not alone. Okay, there's some higher power that's with you everywhere you go, and the listening is listening to what you want to do, what you say, what you want to do, and it's ready. You just got to open the door. Just get out of your bed, open the knob, and open the door and see what's going to come to your existence.
Wow, that is a huge nugget. How can you walk away from this show, you guys, and think anything less than positive? You may have debt, or you want to get married, or whatever. See yourself debt free. See yourself with that special loved one, and also see yourself having healthy hair. And if you're the stylist, see your whole clientele turn it around. But think positive. So I love that
Yes.
as well. Deserve also gives away a special gift, but I'm going to give a special gift to the person. You're going to get the hair and vitamin liquid for the hair and the scalp. Okay, you guys. So I'm giving that one away. Um, and so I want 3 people because I'm gonna get out 3. I'm gonna get 3 bottles. So I want 3 people to tell us what was the advice that he gave us about traction alopecia. What was that advice? And about what? Tell us what he said. The follow. It was the traction alopecia is a pulling and a tugging. But tell us, what did he say that it does to that follicle? Because he said it several times about the follicle. What
Yes.
did he say that it does to that follicle when we're doing pulling and tugging? 3 people. 3 people now. I mean, but they know what time it is. And we usually get 3 people. When he's talking about that pulling and tugging, I know they want this darn. Yeah. Here, Topeka say it causes inflammation. Yes. Now she would get it right. We know she'll get it right. So congratulations to Topeka because she got it right. So and then she also, oh y'all, she got you beat. She says stress to the follicle, it causes stress to the follicle. And
Yes.
I'm not gonna help y'all out. So Topeka, it's 305. The winner is Topeka Tolbert, okay? That actually got this. So she knows she got her bottle, Also, we have 2 other people. Let me see. Candace says it inflames the scalp. Look, and then we have Miss Colvin says, I didn't catch the beginning. So Monique says, yay, Topeka. Do you agree with Candace Adams about inflaming the scalp? In order for her to win, you've got to agree to that.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
yeah, that's one of it. That's one of it.
Okay. So we have 2 winners. And the two winners is, and thank you guys, because they know that we always say, let's be a don't be a sore loser, so they congratulated the winners. Thank you guys for congratulating the winner. The winner is Topeka and Candace Adams. You all have just won your own hair and scalp liquid vitamin. I put it in the chat. It's called, is it NZURI?
NZURI, NZURI, yeah.
Okay.
NZURI elixir.
Okay, so I have it in you all go to the hair vitamin store and you can get your own bottle with 25% off.
Now, the person that won the thing, I'm going to need the shipping address separately.
Yeah, I'm me
just
and
send that to me.
The show. I got these two addresses, but I'm going to I'm going to pay for this for the two winners. The rest of you guys, you got to go and give me 25% off. So, and Glennis, I don't know why she said I erased my answer. Oh my God. Monique says, sorry, autocorrect. I spelled it right and then I typed it. Maria says, congratulations. Glenna said, congratulations, ladies. And Candace says, hi, Topeka. So, I mean, my guests love to talk. And
thank you.
I love, it's talk hair. So I love my people to talk. They know I don't like to talk to myself. So
this is just the beginning, as I said. So we still, it's a lot more to talk about.
It's just the beginning. And so, you said Monique said talking about Topeka's name. She didn't spell it right. Oh, okay. I got you, Monique. Monique is a big time supporter. But I also want to thank Michelle Pfeiffer. We're waving at her. Michael McGee, we're waving at you as well. Rhonda Nolan. And we thank everybody for tuning out. And we also thank our special guest. He is phenomenal. He is the truth, and he is authentic about what he knows about hair care. I can relate to him. He makes it plain and simple, and he gives us the nuggets. In closing, go over to hairvitaminstore.com, get your 25% off, and you're going to use the code Talk Radio. Talk Radio is the code. And what I'm going to do is leave up this so you can also see discount code it was on Amazon, but it's on, let me see. It is on the vitamin. I put the vitamin, the hair vitamin store.
Yes.
I wrote it so many times. Yeah, the hair vitamin store. And I want you all to, we're going to put the hair vitamin store .com.
Yes.
And then also use discount code Talk Radio, you guys. Talk Radio. And then that's your 25% off. Okay. Now I'm going to leave this up for some of you who cannot, you may say you can't remember it. And so I'm going to add it. And then there you go. We're going to keep that strolling. So you can have vitamin soul discount code Talk Radio 25% off.
Exactly.
And then we just thank you for embracing.
Thank you for having me.
Yes. So we have Maria Moore says, I'm sorry, I can't talk. I want to talk too, but also I'll see the video again. Maria Moore is actually a celebrity makeup artist in New Jersey. And I love her with her Latino flavor. And she has also the owner, which I wear her makeup. And I love her makeup. MX Essentials of New York, you guys. You know, I love to promote. And also Maria does hair as well. So she will also be probably getting your products. And also Monique Stewart said, what specific vitamin name is it?
NZURI Elixir.
NZURI Elixir. And Ms. Coleman said, thank you. Also, Maria Moore said, thank you, honey. NZURI Elixir. Now, keep in mind, you want to get the brown bottle, okay? Monique says, TY, thank you. So the brown bottle. Now, let's show the other bottle.
The other bottle is for stress. Stress and energy.
And menopause. And you said decrease 50% of menopause? Because menopause, stress,
burning fats, sense of calmness.
Yes.
Immune support and detoxification.
Okay. And so you guys, we're going to keep this up. Watch this. And then Maria Moore says, I have sarcoidosis as well. So
that's another person?
Yeah, Maria is my friend who is the celebrity makeup artist, but she actually says that she has sarcoidosis. So we know Glennis and her, my mom. So you all, we're gonna, of course, these shows is a repeat. We don't repeat them unless we are taken off, but you can go back and watch this show. So Maria, if you want to watch it later, I know you're on set and you getting your money, honey. But right now, so go ahead and you all share this page because he talked about a lot of important nuggets because people are suffering now from hair loss. It's all the way in the high millions, you guys. So thank you all for tuning in. And you have anything you want to say to them because we're about to close?
Well, that's another quote I would like to tell, which go like, the architect of the universe didn't build a stairway leading nowhere.
Can you say that, woman? I love it. Architect of the universe. And then you keep building the stairways to nowhere. Okay.
Yes. The architect of the universe didn't build stairways leading nowhere.
Wow.
So if you can put that on your mind, you're going to be okay 24/7.
Wow.
That means you're giving all the other thing up.
Wow.
Whatever it is, there's a problem, issue, you just let it go. Know that there's another power that's taking over, that's pushing you to where it wants you to go. Wow.
Y'all, that's a huge blessing and something for you to understand. You never was in control, and there's someone who's already planned your purpose. And Jeremiah 29:11, for the plans I have for you, it's to prosper you, give you hope, and you're not in control anywhere. So even if you detour, there's always that path for you. And Monique Stewart says, if you pull it up on your phone, click the menu tab on the left, tap hair vitamins, and the elixirs are listed.
With great reviews too.
Oh yeah, I know about he got reviews and everything, you guys. So thank you for those nuggets. I appreciate you guys. And remember that I always say everyone deserves a second chance at healthy hair. Have a good rest of your Sunday.
Have a blessed weekend. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Talk hair, let's talk hair. Talk hair to me. Talk hair to me. Talk hair to me. Talk hair to me. Let's talk hair.